Welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2023 Honda Pilot Trailsport in diffused sky blue pearl with black interior. This color combination, it's specifically for the Trailsport. You can't get the diffused sky blue pearl on any other trim level. Now this is Honda's way of having a rugged third row SUV, and the Trailsport is a big upgrade from the 22 Trailsport, because the 22 Trailsport was more aesthetics. This one actually have a little bit more capability. So first thing you'll notice up front is the Trailsport badge in the grille. The grille is gloss black. You have a huge Honda emblem right up front. Radar sits behind that guy as well. We can take a look at it. It's all dirty. It's pretty realistic because yours probably gonna be all dirty when you go off-roading. Down below on the bumper is a flat black portion with some parking sensors built in. You have the silver piece down here that kind of break up some of the black. I like how that looks. You do have some more flat black on the lower portion of the bumper, and you actually have a real air pocket on the front bumper as well. This portion right here is gloss black. It will change color depending on what trim level you go with. All pilots will have full LED high beam, low beam, turn signals, daytime running lights, and fog lights. On the Trailsport, every trim level does not get fog lights though. I believe fog lights starts on this level and up. We're going to take a look at the trim walk to make sure. And you come up, the new Pilot design, and it gave you a more aggressive look from the previous generation. A lot of people complained that the previous Pilot looked too much like a minivan, like an Odyssey. The newer generation has a flatter grille now, slimmer headlights, longer hood, and a power bulge hood, so you can see the middle portion is kind of more higher than the rest of the hood. Different fenders, different bumpers. They redesigned the whole Pilot inside and out. This is one of my favorite trim levels for the Pilot, especially these wheels. Unique rim design specifically for the Trailsport. It even says Trailsport in the rim itself. So the tires are 265/60 18s, and these are terrain contacts by Continental, and these are specifically for the Trailsport, so it gives you a little bit more rugged look, a little bit more off-road capable than the 20s that's on other models of the Pilot. And you come around to the side, you can see no chrome really on the Pilot at all on the side profile. So you have above the wheel, not too much clouding, but flat black. The mirror is gloss black with flat black right below it, and you have an integrated LED turn signal as well. Wider windshield from the previous Pilot, wider camera for the Honda sensing from the previous Pilot as well. Trailsport also will give you gloss black roof rails already standard on there, flat black all around the windows, gloss black on the door handles, and you get some flat black down below. Coming around to the rear portion, you can see it's been completely redesigned as well. So up top, you do have a body colored shark fin antenna style. So it's in diffused sky blue pearl. You have a rear window spoiler. It's half flat black and half body colored. LED brake light up top, exposed windshield wipers. Here is some piece of chrome in the rear. So the Honda emblem is chrome. Pilot is spelled out on the back, and this is black on every trim level. But the all-wheel drive system, well, the all-wheel drive symbol system is black out, and you get a Trailsport badge on the back. Let everyone know that you don't have a regular Pilot, you got a Trailsport. Also, all Trailsports will come with a hitch down below. Now, if you want the wiring, you do have to add the wiring through your dealership, and it goes in here. But from factory, it comes with a hitch, and that's it. So you do have to pay more for the wiring. So kind of be mindful of that. You have parking sensors back here, flat black on the rear bumper, silver piece to break it up a little bit. I like it, it's a good look. The tail lights, I believe, are half LED and half regular bulbs. So you can tell the turn signals have regular bulbs. I think the brake lights are LED, and I believe the reverse lights are probably regular bulbs as well. And I forgot to mention, you do have a front camera in the grille. I'm gonna actually go back to it real fast. But you have a rear camera back here with a washer. You also have a front camera here with a washer. You also have a camera on the both side mirrors. All four of those cameras allow you to get the 360 backup camera that the Trailsport and the Elite have. This is the key for the Pilot, and this is Honda's new key that they pretty much using for everything. And this one has a number in the back because you have memory seats on the Trailsport. So it will say 1 or 2 for driver 1 and driver 2. And you have lock, unlock, remote start. You do have a power tailgate, so you hold the button here and it will pop open the tailgate for you. which is pretty cool. You can open and close it from the key. There's a button by the steering wheel. There's a button on the tailgate itself. And also you can adjust how high you want the tailgate to open. Since you have the smart key, you do have smart entry. So on the door handle itself, you're gonna have these black little lines right there. If you tap it, it will lock all the doors. And when you put your hand inside of it, unlock it. And you do have power folding mirrors. They fold when you lock the Pilot, which is cool. The Passport also has folding mirrors on the 23, but they don't automatically fold when you lock or unlock the vehicle. So that's something that's unique on the Pilot right now. And as we get inside, first thing you're gonna see is orange stitching everywhere. I hope you guys like black interior because it's the only interior you can get on the Trailsport. But yeah, you have orange stitching on the seating, on the armrest, on the steering wheel, even on your arm pad here where you rest your arm. I don't even know what to call it for a minute. The driver's seat is power, and you do have lumbar in and out, forward and back for the back portion of your seat, forward and back for the whole seat. You have up and down for the whole seat, and then up and down just for the thigh portion here. The passenger seat has power forward and back, and then forward and back for the back of your seat, and that's pretty much it. There's no up and down. The orange stitching is unique for the Trailsport, especially the embroidery and the headrest here, which is pretty cool. And then coming on by the door, you can see it's soft, and the top portion is okay, not as soft. And you do have auto up down for the front windows and the rear windows. You have power locks, power mirrors. This is how you fold the mirrors in and out. You have memory seats, driver 1, driver 2 is only on the driver door, and that's what I was telling you guys about the number in the back. Let's actually jump in here. You have the welcome chime to your Pilot. You hold the brakes, push the button, start it up. Come to the left side here, you have 3 buttons. So you have your trunk open and close. You have to hold it to open and close it. Traction control on and off, and your de-icer zone. So when you turn this on, it'll warm up the bottom of the windshield to get your wipers, to make your wipers be unstuck pretty much. So you have that. There's some gloss black on the vent here. And this is actually the same shape as the tail light. So a little Easter egg Honda threw in there. And actually on the door, I didn't show you guys, you have a 2-tier storage with cup holders plus additional storage. So you have a lot of storage on here. Close this guy up. You have the steering wheel here. So it is leather wrapped and orange stitching, like I was showing you guys before. You have gloss black in the middle. And you do have a heated steering wheel standard on the Trailsport. And you do have some controls over here that will control the screen, and some more controls over here for more of your Honda sensing and your cruise control feature. You have next, previous, you have volume, you have voice command, and you do have a home button, and this controls the screen right there. So I've showed this on most of all the Hondas, where if you go through the menus, you have like gauge settings, you have brightness, you can have nothing, you can have your safety features. So you have road departure mitigation, blind spot on and off, low speed braking on and off, parking sensor on and off, and automatic braking on and off. It'll show you the tire pressure on all 4 tires. And what's cool with the tire pressure is if you put an air in it and like you're doing it yourself, the Pilot will beep at you when to stop because it knows that you reach the pressure you should be at, which is cool. You have your oil life, who got their seatbelts on, the all-wheel drive torque, if you're waking up to drive, you have a navigation or a compass if you don't have a destination, your navigation, phone, audio, speed and time, range, and fuel. So very configurable screen. It's half digital, half analog. A lot of people complain that the Elite has the full digital and they should have had it in the Touring and the Trailsport, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is just a needle and a speedometer. That's it. It doesn't change. You do have a digital speedometer in the middle, and then what drive mode you're on is going to be right down there. And then you have your mileage, and you also have your gas and your Coming over to the right side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control button on and off here, cancel, resume, set. You have your adaptive cruise control distance here, and your lane keep assist feature here. And on the left side, I forgot to mention, on your signals there, you have off, auto, parking lights on, and then your fog lights control, and you do have auto high beams. And on the right side, you have off, intermediate, and low, high for the front wipers, and then you have off, intermediate, on for the rear wiper. And what's cool is you have to use the washer for the front camera. You have the button there, like you just scroll up to this part, or you can wash the back camera down there, which is pretty cool. And then on the lever itself, there's a camera button, and this is how you turn on your 360 camera. But we're gonna get to that in a second. So coming on back here, you do have a hood release lever there, and that's pretty much it. If you want to open the gas tank, then you push the door itself to release the gas tank. And then if you look over here, here's what's kind of, I guess, controversial, because some people are complaining that the 9-inch that's on the Pilots is too small. They wish it was bigger, like the 12-inch on the Accord, or just something bigger than a 9-inch. But in my opinion, I think it's a good size for the Pilot, especially from the previous Pilot. Can't go wrong. But of course, eventually the screen's probably gonna get bigger as these get updated. But 9-inch touchscreen display. You do have hard buttons on the left side, so home, back, volume, next track, and previous. You do have some dedicated shortcuts down below, so you can drag and grab an app and actually put it wherever you want and leave it down here, and it will always stay down there. The first page, and this is customizable too. You can drag and drop apps, kind of put it wherever you want. But you have phone, FM, Bluetooth audio. You do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto when you, I believe it's EXL and up on the Pilot. Maybe the Sport. Is it Sport and up? No, I think it's EXL and up. Yeah, I think LX and Sport get the smaller screen. We're gonna look at the trim level because I might be wrong. You have satellite radio, trip computer, USB, and then some of your vehicle settings. And this is just like the Civic, the CRV, the HRV. You have this newer Honda Link system, even though the Core technically has the newest Honda Link system. Plus, it has Google as well in their touring. But here you have AM, Honda Link, a compass, smart shortcuts. You do have cabin talk, so you can, talk to the whoever's in the third row. You probably can hear it in the video and echoing because my voice is playing through the speakers back there, which is pretty cool. So you have cabin talk, which is cool. Go back to home. Now I'm gonna put in reverse so you guys can see the 360 camera. So you put in reverse, and like I said, you can turn this feature on with this guy, push that, or if you put in reverse, it'll automatically show the backup camera. The only difference between the two is when you push this one, this camera is the front camera and not the back camera. When you put in reverse, it's the back camera. But you can see the 360 view there, and then you can change the view where you can see either a wide angle or a normal angle. So this is the normal, and then this is the wide, and then you can actually get rid of the 360 and just have a bigger camera here and show the front and back as well. Oh yeah, and cross traffic. You have cross traffic. You can turn that on and off, or you can change the brightness as well. So I'm gonna go back into park, and I'm actually gonna turn this one on. And then here you can see the front of the Pilot. Still have a 360 on this side, but you can see the sides as well. So like the front wheels. So if I turn the wheel, you can see I'm turning that wheel as well. I guess Honda assume you're gonna be off-roading, and then you can see any obstacle that's in front of you that you can't see below that front hood. So it's cool that they give you that option, but it's only on this and the Elite. If you want it on the Touring has a regular backup camera and that's it. So a lot of people complain that the Touring should have had this, but Honda, they made their trim levels how they wanted. You do have a traditional vent design. It's not like the Civic, the CRV, the HRV, the Accord, everyone else. Pilot has its own design with a little storage here, which I like. Because I believe the original Pilot actually had a storage right here, and the previous generation didn't have it. So they brought that guy back. And then you have your climate control down here. The Trailsport have heated, but there's no ventilated seats. You have to get an Elite to get ventilated seats. If you get a Touring, it's just heated as well. But it is tri-zone, so driver, passenger, and who sits in the back can have 3 different temperatures, which is cool. And high, medium, low for the heated seats, driver and passenger. And it's super simple. Everything's now on a screen. You still have knobs and small little screen to show you what you're viewing. So temperature for the driver, temperature for the passenger, fan speed, and then you have your modes, AC on and off, front defrost, heated side mirrors, heated back glass, air circulation, and then for your rear settings down here, easy to use. And then down here you have a combination USB-C and a USB-A, and then you also have a 12-volt power outlet as well. If you're going to plug your phone in for Apple CarPlay Android Auto, you have to use the A. The C is just for charging, but it is fast charging. You have a storage here. I don't know what you're going to put there, but got some storage there. Wireless phone charger, plus additional storage here for another phone. And it is kind of raised, so it holds your phone in place, but this material is pretty grippy. One thing's going to be different for some of you guys, especially if you haven't been shopping for a while, is the shifter is not a normal shifter. You hold the brakes and you either go to reverse, and reverse is a different direction, just in case you're doing this without looking. But you have park, neutral, drive, simple, easy to use. You have your cup holders here as well, and they're decent size as well. And then you come down here, you have emergency brake, which is electronic now. The previous Pilot had a foot pedal emergency brake that was right there. But now it's electronic, and since it's electronic, you have brake hold. So while you're in drive, you can turn this on and it'll hold your brake, which is cool. You have your drive modes, and you have multiple different drive modes. So let me zoom in here so I can show you guys. So you have sport, normal, econ, snow. You have a trail mode, you have a sand mode, you have a tow mode. And you probably saw on sand and trail, automatically turn off the traction control because it's gonna try to get you the best traction in whichever setting that you choose. So that's pretty cool. And you used, oh, forgot to get up out of here. There you go. You toggle that with the switch here. You have a downhill cruise control, and this turns off the auto stop engine feature too. If I guess you don't like it, but most new cars have that. That's like standard now. And you do have a lockable glove box, and let that thing open, standard size, nothing crazy. And then you come up here, you do have Honda, I'm about to say Honda Link. You do have Home Link as well. You do have Honda Link in the Trailsport, but you have Home Link where you have built-in garage openers on the rear view mirror, and this 4 button will turn off the auto dimming because this can dim automatically for you if someone have their high beams on at night. And you come up here, you do have LED lighting all around. This is for the moonroof, and you do have a panoramic moonroof as well. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna pull the shade back, and it goes all the way to the back. The previous Pilot on the, I believe the Elite, yeah, I think only the Elite had a glass up front and a glass in the back. It wasn't kind of connected like this one. But because this don't have the rear entertainment system, then you can have the panoramic roof. You can see it goes all the way back there. But the moonroof only opens this portion right here. But all your controls for that is up there. You'll have your sunglass holder slash hoodoo, that cheetah mirror. And then let's check out your vanity mirrors. So you do have lighting. They're not LED, but you do have a mirror with lights on both sides. And then I'm gonna close that guy back up, and we're gonna go check out the rear seats. Oh, before we even go to the rear seats, I forgot to show you guys, you have power shifters behind the steering wheel, so you can manually shift the 10-speed transmission if you want to. The Touring and Elite will have smart entry on the rear doors. You don't have any smart entry on the Trailsport, but this is how wide the rear door open. And then you can see here the rear doors kind of mimic the driver's door, and you have the same type of armrest here with the stitching. Still kind of soft. This is definitely not as soft as the front, but you do have built-in peasant blockers in there, or sunshades, or however you want to call them. And then you do have some gloss black here. I love the aluminum finish on the door handle. It's not real aluminum, or maybe, no, yeah, it's not real aluminum, but it looks like it is. Really nice. Look at the storage you have in the back door. Storage here, storage there, cup holder storage. I want to make sure you and your kids have all types of storage. Now, the configuration for the second row is captains only. You cannot get a bench on the Trailsport. If you go up to a Touring, you can get a removable middle seat. You can turn into a captain's, but you do not get the armrest that's on these. So if you get a Touring, you can take out that middle seat and make it a captain's, but no armrest, because that middle seat technically is the armrest for the Touring and the Elite. But if you get an EXL 7-passenger, you can get this configuration. Or if you get a Trailsport, it's only a 7-passenger configuration, which is pretty cool. And I love on the seats that the hooks for the car seats are exposed. You don't have to dig and look for them, which is pretty cool. It's on both of them. And you can actually put a car seat back here in that third seat as well too. You probably see the little dots right there. That's a symbol for the car seat. It has exposed, whatchamacallit. But let's get here in the middle seat and close this door. So when you sit back here, you also have like a smartphone holder or some type of device you can put in here on both sides. You do have your controls back here for the second row, so they can have their own separate climate control with 2 USB-A's back here and a AC outlet, which is cool. And you can see it's 150 watts, 115 watts, and 115 volts and 150 watts. I can't read today, my bad, guys. But you can look up front. You do have that button down there that says lock, because you can lock the controls back here, so the kids are not messing with the controls back here. But it's spacious. These seats do move forward and back, and everyone's gonna be comfortable in here as well. All right, we jump out of here. Let me show you guys how to get to the third row. So you have a button here. You can push that, and it'll automatically fold up the seat. There's also a lever here, and everyone assumes that you pull this lever and it pulls the seat up, but no, this just makes it flat. So, and also there's a button back here, so if somebody's sitting in the third row, they can also pull up the seat as well. Also, what's unique to the Trailsport is the all-season floor mats I don't know if I could get you guys a good view of it, but the Trailsport does not come with carpet mats like every other trim level. You get the all-season rubber mats, and it says Trailsport on there, which is pretty cool. Move that up so we can get back here. All right. So now we're in the third row. I move this back, and you can see I still have space here, and I don't think the seats are all the way back, but this is a seat to let me out. But sitting back here, you do have cup holders. They do have ear vents back here, and USB-A. On the other side, same thing, air vents, cup holders, USB-A too, so no one's really left out back here. And all you gotta do is either walk around to get out or push this button, come right out. So let's jump into the trunk now. You can see the third row is up, and I forgot to take out the seat belts, but you pull this handle here and it'll drop the seats forward down. Same thing on this one, but these are not gonna drop down because I have the floor mats and I didn't take those seat belts off. But one thing that's unique to the Trailsport versus all the other pilots is the Trailsport has a full-size spare tire. If you get any other trim level, it's going to be a donut. But the downside of that is because it's a full size, this floor right here is not as deep as the Touring, the Elite, the EXL. Touring and the Elite have a removable middle seat. That seat stores in here, and that's why there's like a huge, deeper cubby in there for it to go. But even if you get an EXL, it's still a bigger cubby back here versus this guy. And this, I guess I don't even know what you even call this thing, but this piece here is reversible. So you have a hard side and you have a carpet side. Our Trailsport we have right now has a protection package on it, so it will come with the folding cargo tray, and it has wheel locks on it, and it has splash guards. But yours probably won't come with this. It will just come with the carpet unless you add this guy. Also, you have a power outlet back here, and you have a blank button because the Touring and the Elite have a feature where you push the button here and walk away. It'll close the trunk for you, but that's not on the Trailsport. But you also can buy a cargo cover that connects to right here. So if the third row is down, you kind of put it right in there. You can draw it out, hide all your goodies. We are here on the trim walk, and this is pretty much going to give you the breakdown on the different trim levels of the Pilot. If you've been watching most of my videos, you're familiar with this portion already. Now we're going to focus on the Trailsport, and there's a few things that the Trailsport has that I didn't mention on the Walkaround. And you're going to see it on this list here, so let's just go through the list and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Before we start, the Trailsport is an upgrade from the Sport level. It's not an upgrade from the EXL because the Trailsport will have some features that I guess the EXL has, and the EXL has some features the Trailsport won't have. So because of that, you're upgrading from Sport to either EXL or Sport to Trailsport. It doesn't go Trailsport, it goes Sport, EXL, Trailsport. So yeah. First thing to notice here is the intelligent variable torque management. Now the Trailsport and the Elite does get a second generation all-wheel drive system versus the Touring, Sport, EXL, and everyone else. So it's a little bit different on the Trailsport and the Elite. And you do get a 7-mode drive system I showed in the video. So normal, econ, snow, tow, sport, trail, sand, all that good stuff. You do have trail mode, trail torque logic, which is part of that new second gen all-wheel drive system. So all-wheel drive system is a little bit better on Trailsport and Elite than the other trims. I didn't mention this either. You have underbody skid plates, and they protect the engine and the fuel tank. And you've probably seen videos of people jumping on them, running them over. They're actually really durable. So if you're off-roading, protect under your car from rocks and all that good stuff. One-touch power panoramic moonroof. EXL doesn't have anything. No moonroof. Sport has no moonroof, and LX has no moonroof. That starts on the Trailsport, and the Trail Watch camera, which is only on the Elite or this model here. You have the heated wiper zone. I showed you guys the 18-inch shark gray alloy wheels with the Trailsport logo. My favorite rims out of all the Pilots. I love how it looks on the Trailsport. And you already know the tires, 265, 60, 18, all-terrain tires. Black wheel lug nuts. And this is a big thing too I didn't mention, that the ground clearance on the Trailsport is an inch more than all the other Pilots. So in the suspension, it's an inch taller. So if ground clearance is really important to you, Trailsport is going to be the way to go. 2-position memory for driver seats and side mirrors. Heated gloss black power side mirrors with integrated turn signals. So I kind of went over those. The gloss black door handles. You have the power tailgate that's programmable. You have front and rear parking sensors. You have the heated leather steering wheel standard. Acoustic glass windshield, so a little bit more quieter from the windshield. And you have a durable synthetic leather. So I didn't mention this. The leather on the Trailsport is a synthetic leather. It's not the leather on the EXL, the Touring, and the Elite. This one is more durable because Honda assumed you're gonna get this interior dirty while you're off-roading or doing all your goodies, throwing stuff in there, getting it all muddy, dirty. It's easy to clean, and I guess it'll last a little bit longer as well too from any type of beating. Standard second rows captain's chairs. You have the second row sunshades. You have the automatic dimming rearview mirror, home link, and one thing the Touring adds is a Bose sound system. The Elite also has a Bose sound system. If you get the Trailsport, you get a Bose. A lot of people was complaining that this should have the Bose, but it is what it is. So you get a 245 watt audio sound system with 9 speakers with a subwoofer. And Honda always had an okay sound system. Like, it's not the worst. It's not gonna be a concert. You'll be fine. You have the 9-inch color touchscreen display. Everyone complained about it as well. Satellite radio, HD radio, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You do get the wireless phone charger and a 2.5 USB-A and 2 ports in the second row and then 2 in the third row. Power outlet, cabin talk, I showed you guys that, and 110 volt power outlet, Trailsport badging, and then the all-weather floor mats I showed you guys. That's standard only on the Trailsport. Everything else get carpet, all-weather mats on this guy. So let's jump into building one. All right, so here's the lineup. Here's all the models, and we're gonna be looking at the Trailsport. So if you look at pricing is very similar. If you do an all-wheel drive Touring, so this is, I think, pricing on a two-wheel drive. If you do an all-wheel drive Touring, pricing is very similar to the Trailsport, but the Touring does have, I guess the Trailsport has some stuff that Touring doesn't have. The Touring has some stuff that Trailsport doesn't have. So you might be deciding between the two. But when it comes to availability, I think it's easier to get a Touring than a Trailsport, in my opinion. But let's build one out. So Trailsports are all drive only. There's no option for front wheel drive. All the Pilots get 3.5 V6. And this is a same leader as the previous Pilot, but still a different engine. I think they went from single head cam VTEC engine to a dual head cam non-VTEC engine, or the other way around. Something like that. Anyways, this one you won't hear the VTEC kick in like the previous Pilot. It's all rowdy. This is a little bit more sophisticated and more premium. And gas mileage on the Trailsport is 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined. You can take up to 5,000. And yeah, 10 speed, all that good stuff. I forgot to show you guys the window sticker, so I keep forgetting to do that. I don't know why. But let's look at the colors. You have crystal black pearl in the Trailsport. You have lunar silver metallic. You have diffused sky blue pearl, and you do pay more for this color. This color we did. You pay more for platinum white pearl, radiant red metallic 2, and sonic gray pearl. All of those are $455 more. I won't show you the interior color because Trailsport only comes with black interior, and that's pretty much it. So the base price is $48,700 plus the premium color, $455, and your destination handling, you're looking at $50,500 MSRP. Now, you may have to pay more at some of your dealerships. Some people told me they can get it under MSRP, some get it at MSRP. I'm just showing you how much it is, without any markup or anything like that. And it does come with a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan as well. So oil change, oil filters, tire rotation, multi-point inspection for 2 years or 24,000 miles. So kind of jumping in, see, I don't know why it's the interior, but kind of jumping in, see what they have. I wouldn't even do any of these wheels. I would keep these wheels. These wheels are fire. But you can add these HPD wheels, and they're still 18s, which is pretty cool. So it still runs the same tire, but these are fire. I'll just keep those. And you got some PPO packages. I've done a Trailsport already on my other channel, and that one had a launch package on there. But I don't know from Honda if they're gonna come. I don't know if they're gonna come with any PPOs. I haven't got many Trailsports, so I can't really tell you. But we received 3 already for the year, and the first one was the demo with the launch package. The other 2 didn't have a PPO, so you have that. We'll look at the HPD package. Well, like that, it makes it a little bit more rugged. You get the little clouding up here, little door piece right here with the sticker. That's clean. So if you want to have the ultimate rugged looking Pilot, you get the Trailsport with the HPD package. That's pretty fire. As far as like accessories, like electronically wise, I don't think there's much you need to add because this has the wireless phone charger, it has the home link, it has heated steering wheel. So I don't know what you're gonna be adding like electronically wise, but you probably this is the cargo tray. You can add the door sill. You can have the logo pattern. There's a lot of stuff you can customize this thing with. The cargo carrier for your dogs and stuff is pretty interesting, but you can't use your third row seat if you do have this. But it's interesting that they introduced that. It's pretty cool. And then the cargo cover I was telling you guys about. So we're gonna end everything here. If you have any questions, you can definitely drop a comment below. If you, I don't know, let's say you think about buying one, or let's say you didn't buy one, why you didn't buy it, why you wouldn't buy it, why you did bought it, or you waiting for it. You know, is it too expensive? You know, what you don't like? Drop a comment below. I'd definitely love to talk to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next walk around.